at the point of the season where we now know who the leaders of the Ballon d'Or race are. And with Liverpool crashing out of the Champions League and Barcelona's resurgence, the race for the Ballon d'Or is wide open. But the question is, if the season ended now, who would win the Ballon d'Or? And that is why today, the boys and I will be creating our shortlist to see who should be winning one of world football's most prestigious prizes. Boys, are we ready?
We're ready, Millie. We've submitted all of our lists, but before we get into it, if you guys want to support us, the best way is Patreon. Link is down below in the description. Now, without further ado, Millie, explain how this one's gonna work.
So the boys created their list of the top 50 players in world football and ranked their chances of winning the Ballon d'Or from 1 to 50. We then put our list together to find who the top 20 are. And at the end, we'll see who will be winning the Ballon d'Or if the season ended today. Boys, let's get into it.
All right, sounds good, Millie. Let's see who number 20 is.
Vitinha has established himself as a dominant force in PSG's midfield. With his composure, passing range, and tireless work rate, he's been instrumental in maintaining their domestic dominance, seamlessly linking defenses and attack in a team full of stars. His performances against Liverpool is a prime example of why Vitinha finds himself on this shortlist.
Vitinha made it number 20.
That is a little bit high in my opinion.
That's very good.
I had him around there.
I had him 18th.
I had him 24th.
24 I find is very low, man. This is one of the best players on one of the most informed teams in world football. I had him 16th.
Very good.
Metronome.
Crazy.
This is the definition of a metronome. And if it ended today, look, I had him 23, so I'm kind of around you. But
Well, it was Millie's ranking that got him into the top 20.
I had him 18.
He just got in with an average of 20.25. The player that just missed by 0.25 is Gabriel.
See, that is
Tabarnak.
absolutely horrible. That is an atrocious take. Bro, who the put him low?
Firms put him 20.
That's where he should be.
I put him 20. Varvar put him 26.
Okay, that's because he forgot to put him in the list. And then he just had to slot him in. Bro,
Yeah.
the best defender in the world this season.
No.
Yes. Yes.
That's crazy.
The best center back in the world. Okay, let's say best center back.
And you had him where then?
16. I didn't have him that far off, but he gets into the top.
Disagree. But Vitinha is that guy for PSG. Without him, they will definitely not be as good in the midfield. He's literally like a metronome, like Varvar said. So
You have João Neves and Fabian Ruiz there, but Vitinha is the
heart.
clear number one.
Yeah.
In that midfield.
I better see Barella higher than Vitinha then.
no, Vitinha's been... This season, Barella I would probably take... I don't know, honestly, it's getting close, but I would probably still take Barella. But Vitinha this season has been better
This
than
is
Barella.
out of sight tax. You don't watch him for all 30 games
Brother,
so far
he's
in the
putting up
Ligue 1.
a generational CL performance right now for a midfielder. Like, generational.
So we have the PSG man Vitinha rounding the top 20, but let's see who's at the 19 spot. Alexander Isak has been a standout in the Premier League, terrorizing defenses with his pace, skill, and clinical finishing. His goal-scoring exploits have made him a crucial figure for Newcastle United, consistently proving his worth as one of the league's most dangerous strikers. Ending Newcastle's infamous trophy drought is also not a bad thing to add to your resume.
Ooh, this is low.
Low as
Yeah,
in...
like he should have been higher, to be honest.
Why?
If Newcastle even just played CL, he'd probably be in the top 10 right now.
well, yeah.
They don't play
But
CL.
they
yeah,
don't.
so that's why I have him 16.
But he was well into the top 20 because his average was 18.25. So it was very clear that he is a top 20 level Ballon d'Or player.
Yeah, brother, you had him 16th. He's only, what is he, 19?
19.
Yeah,
That's
Somebody-
not,
We had
not
him,
that bad.
I had him 17.
I had him 17 as well. I think he's one of the best strikers
That
in
means
the
that
world
this
right
brother
now.
put him crazy low.
Put him at 23, bro.
Out of the top 20.
Ooh.
Bringing
Like, he's
Newcastle
in-
a trophy.
Bro, guys like Allison, and I won't name a couple other names, but he's in that
Alisson.
level. He's in that level of player.
I mean, that's pretty crazy considering that he brought history to Newcastle. And he's well and above in that category of one of the best Premier League strikers.
Bro, Dan
right
Burn
now.
brought history to Newcastle as much as Isak. You don't see Dan
Brother,
Burn in this
Isak
list.
is scoring the goals.
Dan Burn scored the goal too.
He did
Isak
for the
dunking
header,
on
you're right.
Arsenal twice, then in the final two. So
And you can't say he's dunked on anyone in Champions League. And that's important for Ballon.
Listen, there's arguments that Isak has been the best Premier League striker this year. So I think it warrants him to be around
I agree,
17,
Firm.
That's
18.
just because the league's cooked.
I agree.
Still have Haaland. I don't know. Debatable.
Conversaciones. But
That's what people are saying, at least.
so there we have it. Isak is at the 19th spot. Let's now see who's at 18. Bruno Fernandes continues to lead Manchester United with his signature creativity and relentless drive. His ability to dictate play and deliver in clutch moments has been a beacon of consistency for the Red Devils, often turning games in their favor with a moment of brilliance. Also to mention, can a potential Europa League win push him into the conversation?
What the f?
What?
You're saying he didn't get... How did this guy not get out of the top 20?
Bro.
Pretty crazy.
Am I being rage baited right now?
Millie, I would say drop whatever I put him at least 5 spots.
Bro, I want to hear what you're trying to say.
He's been arguably the best midfielder, I would say, in the Premier League so far this season.
Sorry.
Crazy work.
Who's
As-
his
as an
competition? Who's his competition?
However, I agree. Like as an individual, he's been great for Manchester United, but I think the team has
Only
to have
undefeated
some
team
tact.
left in Europe.
Bro, stop saying that. It's only in Europa League.
But when Ademola Lookman does it, it's
Who the f is that?
give him.
Different stature, bro.
Oh my
No, but
God,
who
bro.
said that?
Club.
Whoever
I
said
don't even
Ademola
know.
Lookman.
I don't know.
Last year in the Ballon d'Or rankings, Ademola Lookman was what, 13, 14?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
And even
Yes,
if he
he was.
wasn't, why we have said he's undefeated. In
Anyways,
Europe.
Honestly, in
Such
the
a name
debate,
tax.
if he played for Madrid or something, we're talking about the best midfielder in the world right now.
but that's what I'm saying. Like Madrid, you get your recognition because Madrid
Because
is
of the
competing
logo
for.
on your back.
No, it's because
yes.
Madrid is the best
on
team in the
quality,
world.
he's the best midfielder in the world right now. Form.
So it's just Bruno
That's a
Fernandes
horrible
and
take.
10 other pieces of cardboard. That's basically
That's
what's happening
what our
right now.
team is right now, yes.
He should be in the 20s.
He
but,
should be.
I mean,
The high 20s.
except 18, brother.
Where
Where'd
did
you
you
have
put
him?
I put him at 21.
Okay, that's good. No, that's not good, but that's...
I put him at 18.
No, that's where he should be right outside
Around
of
there.
the top 20.
He's
but
fringe.
because someone like Varvar put him 11.
11 is crazy, bro. 11 is
11's
crazy.
nuts.
I'm sorry.
Fine. For players, there's players on this list that are still in Champions League.
Compensation, bro. He knew we were all going to
Crazy.
put him low, so he put him high.
Made Gabriel miss out.
Varvar with a little tactical there, but Bruno Fernandes, you have made our top 20 list. Now let's see who's next in this Ballon d'Or voting. Federico Valverde's versatility and explosive energy continue to shine for Real Madrid. Whether driving forward from the midfield or providing defensive cover, his relentless style makes him indispensable, earning praise for his ability to change the tempo of any match. Madrid will always be filled with stars, but none of them can replace the Uruguayan.
17?
What?
That is
17.
so... That he should be way closer to the Ballon d'Or winners. Way closer.
I don't
Brother,
think he's
Bro,
been
this
that
is...
good this
Wait,
season.
17?
Where do you have him?
13?
Yeah, it's good. I have him 9.
That's fair.
I have him
That's
15.
fair.
15?
Bro, I'm the Madridista. He hasn't been as good this season as he was like
He's been
last
Madrid's
season.
Bro, he's
best
been nuts.
player.
No, he
Player.
hasn't.
No,
he hasn't.
bar none, bro.
No, he
Fix that.
hasn't.
Fix
He's
that.
been
No, he
Madrid's
hasn't.
most
Fix that.
important player.
No, he
That's, I was actually thinking,
Of
like in
putting
my
him
head,
higher.
putting him like top 10, that's why I'm saying this
Yes.
is fair. I think of him and I think of Bellingham.
This is senseless
Yeah.
glazing.
Like, Valverde, Bellingham this
Senseless
season.
glazing.
every Madrid-
Millie, tell them where I put him.
So Varvar, you had Valverde at the 25 spot.
That's
so you think he
ridiculous.
should be out of the 20?
I had
ridiculous.
Vitinha 23. I think Vitinha, you can comfortably say, has had a better season this season than Valverde.
Brother,
I think you just exposed to all the Real fans that you're not a Madrid fan.
I have many Real Madrid players
Yes.
on
you
here.
understand?
I
Valverde...
just don't think that Valverde's been as good as he was last season. Last season, I have him in the top 6, 7, 8 of the Ballon d'Or.
look at context. They needed a right back, he played there. They needed a CDM, he played there.
Yes.
They needed a right wing, he played there. And he masterclass.
But if
But
the
that's not
season
this
ended
season.
now, if the season
Yes, it
ended
is.
now,
Right back, he's played this season.
Yes.
Right wing, he hasn't played this season.
Maybe
But,
once or twice.
Yeah.
if the season ended now, all that's going to be shown is that they lost to Barcelona 5-2 in a Super Cup.
So you're saying taxed?
Well, you have to end it now. They didn't win the Champions League.
The issue
Yes.
with all of these high...
What does that have to do with
No,
Valverde?
they're
Valverde
in
has been
Champions League.
exceptional.
Because
the issue-
unfortunately, those things are accounted for.
Okay,
Bro,
so I-
Ademola Lookman makes it to a Ballon d'Or list because he ends up
but
scoring a hat-trick in a Europa
Okay,
League
so I
final.
better see Mbappe, Vinny, and Rodrygo all very low on your list then.
Yeah, but the individual brilliance also takes me out.
Valverde.
Valverde. He's the
is
captain
consistent.
of Real Madrid right now. He should be.
The issue with your guys' logic is that when we're going to speak about, let's say, Barcelona players, we're going to speak about PSG players, we're going to speak about Real Madrid players, you're going to assume all three will win CL this year.
Bro, I don't care
No,
about team
no, it's
achievements.
right now.
Valverde has been
Don't
the most
care about
important
team. No, he
player
hasn't.
for Real Madrid
But it's
this
okay,
season.
whatever. Even
Bro,
the Madridistas
without
will tell
him,
you.
there's so many holes in that team.
I
You
agree
can't
with
slot
that.
him here, you can't slot him there.
rated
Madrid
him
fans
highly.
will tell you.
So Valverde, having a fantastic season, ends up in our 17th spot. Let's now see who's in our 16th position. Still at his commanding best, Virgil van Dijk anchors Liverpool's defense with authority. His leadership, aerial dominance, and composure on the ball remain vital for the Reds' backline, restoring the sense of confidence and security that has defined Liverpool's success in recent years. If they hadn't lost to PSG, we could have maybe seen him a bit higher, but he'll have to settle for this.
Another one that
Too high.
I don't know.
Too high.
Too
Bro,
high.
Gabriel and Van Dijk this season. Gabriel's offensive help made it so that he breaks the gap.
Van Dijk's
they're
been
the same
better.
level.
Bro, we're looking at levels of Van Dijk. I'm not saying exactly close to his prime seasons, but brother, he has not fallen off at all. He's having a fantastic season.
We were saying, oh my God, Valverde 17, this is insane. There's a realistic scenario this year where Van Dijk leaves with a league title and Valverde almost goes trophyless.
Bro, what do I care about trophies? Watch the sport.
Yeah, I agree. And Van Dijk is
Yes,
arguably
he's the best center back in the
best
world.
center back
I
in the
agree.
world.
If he's 16, Gabriel is surely around there in the top 20. Surely, he's not higher than
There's
Levels,
levels
levels.
between Gabriel and Van Dijk.
There isn't.
Bro, Van
is.
Dijk, right, for all intents and purposes, we could be putting arguably Van Dijk higher if they didn't lose a penalty shootout.
because he has a big name.
Yes,
because of
I
his
agree.
Name.
Look,
Well,
I
no,
had 17.
because it was a defensive
17, I
masterclass.
find-
You put him 17? I
Yeah.
put him 12, bro.
I had him 13
What?
as well. Yes, but brother, he's
Bro,
been
you guys are-
he's
you
been
guys
the
are
best
so
center
not
back
tapped
in
in.
the world. He's been the
Tapped in.
best center
You're
back.
not tapped in, bro. You're
Brother,
not
Van
tapped in.
Dijk has been
Bro,
the
take
best
his
center
name
back in the
out,
world.
Take his name out. Without the name of Van Dijk, he's playing an exceptional season as a center back, but a guy like Dean Huijsen would be in the same conversation.
I can't take out his name. Like, that's the thing. It's Van Dijk.
So you're not able to
And you're comparing him, but you're comparing him to his 2018-19 season, and you're comparing him to his prime.
So
he's
you're gonna,
there.
We'll see who you put around 12, bro, because I find it ridiculous to
That was
compare him to
12.
the top players in the world.
Listen, I'm at fault for it too with Salah, but the conversations around Liverpool have like switched like this. The fact that they're not kind of
Reality.
Champions League, it's the reality of it. But Van Dijk has been the best center back in the world.
Bro, if Liverpool were still in CL,
Yeah, this
That's what
wouldn't
I'm
even be
saying.
a
He'd be
top
conversation.
10 easy.
But that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. That's what I'm
Why?
saying.
He would not be top
He's the
10.
best center back in the world.
So a lot to discuss about Van Dijk, who I think arguably is the best center back in the world currently. But now let's see who's above him in the next position. Since August 2024, Rodrygo has been instrumental in Real Madrid's attack, contributing significantly in both La Liga and the Champions League. His versatility and consistent performances have solidified his role in the team's lineup for years to come.
Oh, guys, we're off one today.
Rodrygo
today.
15.
We're off one today.
I mean, there's 3 people that put him double digits,
Yeah.
and only one kept him single digits.
If I'm not mistaken.
6. Please identify yourself.
Bro, me. I'm that guy.
6.
Bro, I'm that guy. Rodrygo, bro, I thought you knew Real ball. I thought you, with the Valverde shot, I thought you knew who was important on Real Madrid.
Exactly. Valverde has been more important than Rodrygo. Yeah.
Similar level, but in Champions League,
I don't know Pal's ranking, but I guarantee you, he will
just
look
looked at my list.
He will look you straight in the eye and say, Rodrygo's better than Vinny, and put him higher on this year's Ballon
But
d'Or
as a
ranking.
I'll look them
footballer,
straight in the eye and say yes.
as a footballer, there's a conversation there. But as a season, I
But
don't
look
think
at the
he's had.
Champions League. Look at the Champions League games.
He scored.
No, forget scoring. Rodrygo was better than Vinicius in the knockout matches.
Debatable.
He was more important. He was more
I
creative.
do agree that he deserves to be in that upper
Against Atletico,
upper
maybe?
10.
But you're talking about 2 games of a wider season. Like, Rodrygo's not a crucial player at
I know,
Real
but
Madrid
Ballon
right
d'Ors
now.
get decided in the crucial games.
Okay, you're talking about 2 crucial games. There's other crucial games.
Okay, but you guys dropped Van Dijk according to your ranking. You dropped Van Dijk multiple spots because he got knocked out.
Yeah, if Vinny played well against Atletico Madrid, he'd probably be in the.
Listen, those
we'll
crucial.
See. We'll see.
Use the logic. Those
But
the
I
same
put
are
Rodrygo
important.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
That-
like,
put him
I had him
lowest.
21.
bro, that's wild.
Brother, I put
Higher
him
than
11.
wild.
He's higher than Vitinha for me.
Bro, why is Vitinha your bar?
Because he's been having a good f***ing season.
And I don't want to bring up stats, but 14 goals, 8 assists. You're playing at Real Madrid, and you're a starter now. So it's not the best season. He's had better
What do you mean?
seasons.
Well, I mean,
14 goals, 8
gotta end the
assists. How
season
many does
now.
Vinny have?
Gotta end the season
Vinny
now.
has, I'll tell you now. Where is it?
Vinny influences the
19
game
and
a lot more
10.
than Rodrygo.
So Vinny has had a better season statistically, like goals and
Bro,
assists.
rating Rodrygo purely off of G is crazy.
No, I agree, but I don't know. I
You
find
do
it
that
hard
with
to
Vinny.
put him 6th.
I don't.
Way too high.
Yes, you do.
Well, if you want to win a Ballon d'Or and you're a winger, unfortunately, G does have to get taken into account.
So another Real Madrid man, Rodrygo, ends up in our 15th spot. Now let's see who makes it in the 14th spot of our Ballon d'Or rankings. Bukayo Saka has continued to excel for Arsenal, delivering crucial goals and assists in the Premier League. His standout performance against Manchester United, where he scored a decisive goal, is just one small example of his impact in key matches.
Well, what happened here?
What do you mean? What happened here?
14. We barely saw Saka this season.
What do you mean? Barely
we
We
saw
saw half a season.
Well,
like
you know
it.
what? It's to his benefit that we're ending this
Literally.
season now.
Literally.
Because I do feel like if he's injured, let's say,
He's back.
for the rest of the season. Yeah, okay. But what I'm saying from now, I do believe that he is a top 10 Ballon d'Or player.
Oh,
if he was playing.
If he kept up his form
Yes.
from, let's say, before his injury up until now, he'd probably be in the top 7 or 6.
He'd be in the
Exactly.
top
So I take
five.
that into
He
account.
was putting up in the Premier League. He was putting up at least 1 goal or assist per game, almost.
He was like going bar for bar with Salah. For
Yeah, he had
assists.
15 GA in 16 matches or something like that.
So I do.
Rating wingers on goals and assists is
Saka's
crazy
the main. Saka's the
work.
main
man.
Saka's the main out. Bro, come on, use context, bro. It's getting tiring.
Was an
Bro,
assist.
rating Rodrygo purely off of G is crazy.
No, I agree, but
Gotta keep it consistent, huh?
Yeah, we got to keep it consistent
You
here.
can
I
use
don't
your
know.
eyes.
Well, gentlemen, we are getting very close to the top 10 in our current Ballon d'Or rankings, but in the 13th spot, he just edges out Saka. Let's see who it is. Erling Haaland has maintained his prolific form for Manchester City, leading the Premier League scoring charts with 21 goals. His hat-trick performances against Ipswich and West Ham in August 2024 highlight his insanely clinical finishing and consistency, which places him on our shortlist.
Not Ballon d'Or, sorry. Golden Boot winner in the Prem getting 13th.
Bro, I docked him heavy.
The standards are
Why?
so high.
Brother, unfortunately, the other players that are in contention are fighting for league titles, fighting for European championships. And like for me, Haaland, he has not been consistent enough to be in
Where'd
this
you put him?
conversation.
29 goals.
Brother, I put him 19.
Where'd you put Isak?
I put him higher. I put him 17. What's the problem?
I think Isak's had a better season than Haaland.
He has had a
but
better
it's 'cause
season than Haaland.
I think Haaland's struggling from the bar is so high
Bro,
that
look at the stats. Firm, do you have the stats?
Yeah, well, Isak has 23 goals and 5 assists in all comps, and Haaland has 29 goals and 4 assists in all comps. So it's quite similar.
Like
But-
we are shitting on a guy that has almost 30 goals this season.
Yeah.
The season hasn't ended yet.
but you
I-
put Isak in Man City and actually no, not this season.
Well, forget that. Haaland, unfortunately, you want to talk about big games. In Champions League, he hasn't necessarily done enough. He didn't do enough to get Man City in a top 8 spot. He didn't do enough to get Man City past Real Madrid.
So Isak over Haaland?
Yes.
Crazy.
I don't think that's one has one more trophy than the other right now.
One's about to
Scoreboard.
win the Golden Boot.
Podcast, by the way. And we're just saying trophy.
Why do you guys think Haaland should be higher?
Bro, according to straight stats, bro, Chris Wood should be f***ing at the same level as all these guys.
But
Well,
there's also
according
context.
to your logic, if you're just saying, oh, trophies shouldn't be really taken into so much account, then Bruno Fernandes should be moved
Bro, it's
up.
an FA Cup, bro. It's not like he won a
FA
Champions
Cup, bro.
League.
We won the FA Cup last year.
No, I'm not talking about Bruno. I'm talking about Isak.
Oh, it's a Carabao Cup, not even an FA Cup.
Exactly.
A lot of debate over Haaland. Do you think he deserves to be in the top 10? Definitely let us know. But up next, we are headed to the Bundesliga. Let's see who it is. Florian Wirtz has been central to Bayer Leverkusen's midfield, contributing significantly with goals and assists in the Bundesliga. His creative play has been vital in both domestic league matches and European fixtures, showcasing his major influence on German football.
I'll be the first to say Musiala over Wirtz any day of the week. But Musiala better be an 11. If Wirtz is 12, I think they're neck and neck.
Yeah,
They're
that's the
having very similar
conversation.
seasons. Wirtz, unfortunately, will be heavily taxed when the real Ballon d'Or comes because of his injury. Is his injury for the rest of the season?
No, it's not that long. I think he just missed the CL game.
Yeah, the important game.
Yeah, and this international break
Oh,
again.
so you're saying he's back after international?
He's not. It's not that long of an injury.
I thought it was a deep injury, but I mean, plays in the Bundesliga, still in a good team. I think it's a fair spot for him. I put him a little bit lower. I put him at 15.
Yeah, I had him 16 as well. He's been one of the best cams in the world.
Agreed.
I had him 12.
The only thing is that 12 means that
Means-
there's a lot of big names.
Means that somebody put him in the top 10.
Someone's missing out here.
I put him 14, but you
Wait,
can
you-
definitely put Wirtz as a higher caliber.
I had him 12.
Interesting.
His average is 14.25.
Come to Manchester United, Florian. There's a spot always open for you.
Where?
Anywhere.
replacing Bruno.
Anywhere,
Bruno
bro.
Fernandes
Plays
to
Bruno.
Bro, Bruno
You put
Fernandes
Bruno ahead
has
of Wirtz?
played center mid.
You put Bruno ahead of Wirtz?
Yes, I did.
That's really, really bad.
Yeah, that's really, really bad, bro.
Really, really
Wirtz
bad.
has been better.
That's really, really bad.
Wirtz has been better.
Wirtz Champions League
That's
group
his
stage,
argument.
Champions League group stage was on.
Yeah, that's why there's another German that's unfortunately ahead of Wirtz.
Scoreboard, though.
Scoreboard though. That's why.
Only one of them is undefeated in Europe this season.
When you get knocked out by who you playing? Real Ugats?
They
We
beat them.
smoked Real Sociedad.
Who you playing next?
You're a football podcast. You should know, no?
Who you playing next? I'm asking you.
Lyon.
Leon.
Oh, Fonseca ball.
Oh, if Fonseca beats Manchester
That's
United.
conversations.
Yeah, it won't happen, though. My prediction, since we won't have a prediction, Europa League prediction video, over 2 legs, 6-2.
Perfect. I'll go Sherky brace.
Yeah. Cherky. His fat ass ain't doing shit against us.
Oh, that's a clip.
Yeah, clip. And I'm going to clip that you said clip after he does nothing against us.
That is a lot of yapping from the box-to-box boys. But gentlemen, in the 11th spot, just missing out of the top 10. Let's see who it is. Jamal Musiala has continued to shine for Bayern Munich, adding flair and technical skill to their attack. His contributions have been vital in both the Champions League and the Bundesliga, underscoring his importance to Bayern's offensive dynamics that could potentially propel them to a Champions League.
Yep.
This is fair. This is certainly fair. Right above Wirtz. They've been having similar seasons, but I mean,
Treacherous twins,
treacherous twins.
as some would say.
I mean,
Scored an absolute screamer versus Italy.
yeah,
did.
had a very good international break, but we ain't counting
They're
that.
agreeing with me, bro. He's the one that scored in the corner.
Yeah, I know he had a great international break. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, this season, it's kind of like a mixed bag with Bayern Munich. But recently, they've definitely picked up form.
Got his first goal and assist in a knockout game in like
Right after
years.
Varvar said, "Oh, this guy, man, he's only had like 2 GA."
Did you see the goal he scored though? Worst
Yeah.
goal we've ever seen.
The little tapping in the
Worst
6-yard
goal
box.
ever. Worst goal.
Scoreboard.
You know what that is up there, bro? It's a scoreboard.
There's
And against Wirtz.
There's a scoreboard right there. You can't see it.
I mean, the debate is still going to be very hot, Musiala or Wirtz. But I think Germany have
Two talents.
two of the best midfielders in the world. Honestly, I'm not saying they're the best, but they're up there.
I still prefer Wirtz, but Musiala's had a better season. I'll admit that.
You think Musiala's had a better season?
I think it's just
pretty
because
even.
Bayern is in Champions League still.
Bro, you have to watch
Unfortunately.
a guy like Musiala because he won't just appear on FOTMob.
Yeah, but Musiala is more consistent. But Wirtz, it's like he catches your eye.
Wirtz is just as consistent.
I know, but he
Wirtz is
catches
more
your eye
consistent
when he
than
plays.
Yeah, Wirtz does catch your eye a lot more.
He's like a diamond on the pitch. I don't even know what to say about this guy without sounding a little. That's why I'm trying to not say it. But you can focus on him. You definitely focus on him because he's special.
Bro, you're watching
He's
Leverkusen
special.
and Wirtz is the only player you're looking at.
This guy, Wirtz got him stuttering with
Gotta be
his
stuttering.
aura.
I'm getting blood.
Halfway across the world, he got you stuttering.
Bro, crazy work. Anyways, Bayer Leverkusen fly us out. You know the drill.
That's crazy. Asking for a fly out after
Yeah, that's crazy. After stuttering,
God damn.
So another Bundesliga talent makes our Ballon d'Or top 20. But now, gentlemen, we are in to the top 10. And let's see who our first entry at the 10th spot is. At just 21 years old, Pedri remains the heartbeat of Barcelona's midfield. His elegance on the ball and tactical awareness make him a key figure as the Catalan Giants push for silverware. With his knack for unlocking defenses and maintaining possession under pressure, he will surely be a key player for their Champions League push.
Pedri 10? Bro, he's been the best midfielder in the
you were
world.
the only one that put him like
High.
Yeah.
For
high.
you
I put him 5th.
You put him 5th. I put him 8th.
I put him 17th.
I put
Hala
him
put 17.
13.
17?
I find that's really, really.
Bro, if he didn't play for Barcelona, bro, I don't get
For Barcelona. What do you want him to do?
bro. All
He's
these
been-
Barca fans jerking him off.
He's
bro.
been the best midfielder in the world.
He's been up there.
He's been up there,
The
but
best.
I
like
agree.
it or
Top
not,
10.
if Barcelona do go out this season and win, let's say
that's in the
UCL,
future.
Okay,
We're
as
looking
of
at-
right now.
As of right now, he's
As
been the
of right
best
now.
midfielder in the world.
No, he hasn't.
And the second one is
say-
Bellingham. So if you guys put Bellingham ahead of Pedri this year,
I put him way ahead.
Way ahead.
I think you guys are not watching Pedri then.
crazy,
That's
bro.
what it is.
Pedri-
You want me to
this
name the
season has been
midfielders I
fantastic.
have higher than Pedri on my list?
Go for it.
Bellingham, Musiala, Bruno Fernandes, and Wirtz.
Embarrassing.
Crazy.
Very good players, but
Good player,
Pedri has been the best in my
Pedri's
opinion.
definitely been. I
Yeah.
agree. Definitely deserves a top 10. No doubt about it.
Top 5. I put him 5th.
It's the lack of goals and assists that's
Yes.
my issue.
But you can't judge Pedri off of goals and assists.
Sadly, the players above him that I have here get goals and assists and impact the game almost as much as him.
What
But-
what would you say Pedri does? in the Barca?
He's the heart of Barca.
Okay, so in real words.
He's the guy who every ball passes through him, and he's the guy giving it to Lamine, to Rafinha, to Lewandowski. He's the guy who brings the
Doesn't
team
have to say
up.
that he has second assists.
No, because he's not a final ball merchant.
No,
He's,
second assists. He's making the pass to the guy that's making the final ball.
He probably has a lot of chance created.
Chances created,
Should be
and the
investigated.
highest scoring team in pretty much in the top 5 leagues, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, one of the
I
highest
just think
scoring.
his position on the pitch is easy. I think he's in an easy spot on the field.
Easy.
Bro, guys like Rafinha and Yamal have much more difficult jobs.
I think we need
What is he doing defensively, bro? Like, what is he doing, bro? He's not doing anything.
bro.
Varvar, you know Pedri, come on.
Bro, Pedri's good, but defensively, like...
Defensively, he's been good this season.
You said he was great. You said he was
Great, amazing. That's why
The issue is, after seeing PSG's
Watch
midfield
Pedri.
dominate Gravenberch and stuff, I can't sit here and say Pedri would get dominated physically, so I don't know.
Who?
Like,
when Gravenberch is getting dominated.
Vitinha, yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
So players like Pedri who are just technically superior, they should have a good time with.
So basically, Varvar's
very
saying
physical midfield.
he needs to see Barca versus PSG in a CL final.
No,
That's
what
gonna be
I
a
need
banger.
to see is Barca
Versus
against
anyone.
Declan Rice. I need to see Pedri try and take on Declan Rice. That's what I need.
I can assure you, bro, if Pedri goes up against Arsenal's midfield,
Cooks.
the guy
He's
is
cooking.
getting ghost sessions.
Oh my God.
Shouts, ghost.
So Pedri, top 10, definitely splits the room. But gentlemen, we are on to the 9th spot. And listen, it is another Barcelona Don. Let's see who it is. Robert Lewandowski continues to be a consistent goal scorer for Barcelona, leading the line with experience and precision. His performances in La Liga and European competitions have been crucial to Barcelona's trophy efforts this season. The Polish striker has had special seasons before, but this one is for the ages.
That I'll accept.
What were you thinking?
I thought someone else.
Crazy work, but Lewandowski with a 9.5 average, definitely in that top 10.
He's had a good season.
He was in my underrated draft.
If this brother was not playing with Lamine Yamal, he would probably not even be close to this Ballon d'Or shortlist, to be honest, because this is the biggest carry sesh I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but he's doing his job.
But
and he's
I
doing
don't
it
know
very,
about
very
that
well.
because you see the chances that Lewandowski gets. It's like, okay, yeah, he's putting in a lot of goals, but the misses too and the missed chances.
Still,
it's a
you
lot.
want to tell him how many goals he has this season?
35 in all comps.
You could say at least the with the misses he's had, he's missed at least 10 goals.
Yeah,
minimum.
could have had more.
Could have definitely had more.
I just can envision if this was like a Sheshko or whatever, something like that. Bro, I think Lewandowski is the perfect striker for Barca right now because it's allowing all of the younger players to just cook, and Lewandowski's just putting in the goals when he has
If
to put them in.
Lautaro was up top for this team, he'd have also 35 goals.
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
I agree. But the reality is Lewa's doing it, so he gets the credit for it.
Gentlemen, let's head over now to the 8th position, and we are seeing another Los Blancos player. Vinicius Jr. has been a standout performer for Real Madrid this season, delivering key goals and assists in both domestic and European competitions. His pace and dribbling skills continue to cause significant problems for the opposing teams, but sadly, his second place performance last season is followed up with this ranking.
That's
around
I
there.
put him 9.
I'll put him 11.
That's low.
I put him 7. I do
I
think
don't- yeah,
he's a little
7.
higher than that.
I thought I was being rough too, to be honest.
What'd you put him?
7. And
Oh,
I
he
thought
got
I was-
8.
But I thought I was being rough.
But I think even last year, at this point in the season, he was probably in that top 5, but not like the lock that people thought he was at the end of the season when they won Champions League and whatnot.
Yeah.
He was such a huge part of that. But if we had to end it now, Vinny has been not
agree.
at the level, not that
I agree.
Ballon d'Or winner level.
Of last
in my
year,
opinion.
maybe. Like his
Last
standards
year,
are pretty high though.
Like later stages in the season,
Yeah.
Vinny.
The difficult pill to swallow with Vinny is that he's more talented than almost everybody above him. I'd say like he's almost more talented than he'd be in the top 3 most
He's
talented
pulling
on
out
this
this same gimmick that he did with Neymar, that on talent, he's the best, but he didn't take the game serious enough.
No,
so
not taking. Vinny takes the game seriously,
Bro.
But there are instances where Vinicius Jr., based on discipline, based on just lack of fucking wanting to track or do anything aside from just do tricks on the wing, bro, just skill alone doesn't put you in a top 5 conversation.
Well, he has moments of brilliance, which I do think that.
Exactly, that's where his talent comes.
Yeah, but the thing is that overall Real Madrid have it's been a scrappy season. I find drama filled. Hasn't been dominant. I would see Barcelona had a lot more positives this season than Real Madrid. right now.
Grand scheme of things, but then they're still competing. They're competing for La Liga. They're still in Champions League. So Vinny definitely is in this conversation.
And he is a part of that.
Yeah.
So
I think it's more because Mbappe is also there, and I think Mbappe's been better than Vinny. So Vinny gets knocked down.
Bro, Mbappe comes into your team after you
becomes
got robbed
Mbappe's
of a
team.
Ballon d'Or, and then Mbappe just shows you who the big dog is.
It's Mbappe's team.
So Vinny, who is second last season in Ballon d'Or rankings, we believe if the season ended now, he would be in that 8th position. But gentlemen, the man who was 3rd last year is up next. Let's see who it is. Jude Bellingham has made a significant impact for Real Madrid this season, showcasing maturity and versatility in the midfield. His performances have been marked by consistency and elegance, reminding Real Madrid fans of legends of the past. But unlike some of those legends, Bellingham won't be winning the award, but still a respectable result.
Like Bellingham and Pedri should be next to each other.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Well,
They
next to each other, you put Bellingham 10.
Yeah, I know. I just realized.
Oh, okay, you mean like maybe overall?
As a player, because Bellingham is also one of the best midfielders in the world. It's Pedri and Bellingham.
Bellingham is the best midfielder in the world.
This season, definitely much more all-round than he was last season. I think people are going to look at his goals and assists output, and they're going to say, well, he's decreased from last year, but this man is doing everything on the pitch.
Nobody can do his job at Real Madrid.
No one. I agree.
I mean, I say that about a lot of Real Madrid players, but like Valverde, I say the same thing. Like Mbappe, sure. But Bellingham, bro, he's a future Real Madrid captain in my eyes.
Defensively, physically, attacking-wise, he's everywhere. And he's in the top tier of every statistical number you could think of for a midfielder. So definitely deserves to be in and around there, but I don't think top 5.
I had him 9. So
Item 5.
Item 10. Item 10.
Really?
I think
Adam 6.
I think it's a downgrade from last season, but he still played. It's still Bellingham.
Different style of play.
Yeah,
Fine.
because like last season he was put in positions where he can score goals in the 90th minute. Now this season it's just
Well, you got Mbappe doing it.
Let Mbappe and Vinny and Rodrygo do it, and Bellingham honestly is doing everything behind them in that final third.
Bellingham in this position. But gentlemen, we are now headed back to the Bundesliga for the next player. Harry Kane has solidified his claim as one of the top strikers in the history of the Bundesliga. His goal-scoring abilities have been instrumental in Bayern's domestic and European campaigns. Those goals have led him to the position in the rankings, but will a trophy at year's end push him over the top?
This is high.
Kane 7. I had him 7. I agree with
Kane
this.
7.
If Bayern win UCL, give him the Ballon d'Or.
If.
I'm saying this now.
Big
to
if.
be honest. That is a big if. I'm not capping. It's a big if.
Okay, wait. Where did we have
Why
him?
he's 6?
You had him
7.
7. I had him at 8. Millie.
Adam 8.
From now, I had him 6.
So that pushed him. That pushed him over Bellingham because he has a 7.25 average.
From now on, 6 and up, it really depends who wins UCL, who will actually be there at the end of the year. But for now, I think Kane deserves to be the last of this top 6.
I do.
I agree with that.
But that's not to say.
Can we name a big, like, I swear I can't remember a big game from Harry Kane.
I mean,
I can't, bro. Every time it's a big game and we put the TV on and Harry Kane's playing, maybe it's because the other
Dominated Leverkusen, by the way, in the CL
and
round.
not like in actually important games.
Like, what?
Okay, we'll talk after.
What? What?
You didn't watch the games. You didn't watch the games, bro. I was sitting next to you. You did not watch the games, bro.
But
did
you,
guys.
when you were speaking about Musiala, I was thinking in my head, I was laughing while you were saying it.
I was watching.
You need to watch the games to appreciate Musiala, what he does.
Yes. I appreciate Wirtz now more than before because I actually started watching.
Watched of Bayern Munich.
Bro.
0.
Accusations.
I watched the Bayern versus Bayer in the Bundesliga before the Champions
You watched
League.
one game.
And that's where I started rating Wirtz.
You watched 3 games of the same
Unbiasedly.
fixture. That's what you watched.
And you watched none of them.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, Harry Kane.
It's on live.
Harry Kane, I can only take what Bayern fans tell me.
You don't know any Bayern fans.
I do in the Discord. You see, if you were active in the Discord, you would know, bro.
What a wanker.
Oh,
what a
Just rage
wanker.
rating all kinds
This
right now.
rage bait station at the Harry Kane
Barber got
station.
so defensive because he loves to just protect Harry Kane, bro. Harry Kane has had no big games in his career, bro. He's gonna retire. Conversation.
Don't know about that.
He's gonna have a Bundesliga, bro.
He's gonna have a trophy.
Bro, you can eat on that.
Exactly.
I
You can eat
think
your fries on that you put in the bag.
I think if Bayern kept Lewandowski, Kane was better than Lewandowski. Is better than Lewandowski right now.
Well, at the time where Lewandowski left, I would say.
Yes.
You put Kane in Barca and Lewandowski in Barca in
Curtains,
Bayern.
bro. Kane is scoring 50.
Yes.
Curtains.
Yes.
Gentlemen, we are now into the top 5 of who we think could win the Ballon d'Or if the season ended now. And in the top 5, 5th spot, we are headed to Paris. Ousmane Dembele has brought creativity and unpredictability to PSG's attack, contributing with goals and assists in Ligue 1 and the Champions League. His dribbling prowess and pace have added a new dimension to PSG's offensive play. And with the Dortmund version of Ousmane Dembele finally seeing the light again, will he be able to make a push towards the end of the season to win this award?
No f***ing way Yamal got higher than 5.
You guys know ball, thank God. Dembele's been good. I'll give him that. But 5th is the sweet spot.
I'll tell you guys right now, the top 5 was unanimously top 5.
Really?
Dembele with an average of 4.75 compared to Kane, whose average was 7.25. So
I put more
Definitely separate.
emphasis on Pedri because he's been like as a midfielder, it's hard to
you're a
compare with
Barca
Dembele.
glazer, let's just-
It's not, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I'm able to appreciate Real Madrid fans. I'm able to appreciate Dembele having an insane season, bro. He scored 30 goals and 6 assists in all comps. Like that's crazy.
yeah, but Dembele, for where PSG is right now, a lot of people doubt French football and don't really put PSG at the tier 1 of teams in terms of like chances to win Champions League.
We
because-
did now.
Well, because
we
Dembele
think-
has been a monster part of basically certifying PSG as a top 3-4 side in world
Would
football.
you say, you keep bringing up Pedri, would you say Pedri has had a significantly better season than Vitinha? Like significantly better. He's had
Yes.
probably a little better season, and Vitinha's in our 20s.
I wouldn't say a little better.
He's a little better.
Bro,
No.
If
Yeah.
Pedri played on PSG, he would be a little better than Vitinha.
But he doesn't play
This
at
is just
PSG.
Barca fans. Look, Pedri's an amazing footballer. It's Barca fans' glaze that they
Yeah.
do with every single Spanish
Yes.
player that comes through. If Vitinha was
Exactly.
playing at Barca, we would be saying, "Oh, put him in the top 10, put him in the top 5."
But
Depends what he's
Vitinha,
doing.
Vitinha is an excellent player, but he does play in Ligue 1. He plays in the French league.
La Liga,
Unfortunately,
Ligue 1, every league that's not the Prem
La
is
Liga's
basically at the
better,
same
man.
level nowadays.
La Liga's
You can't even
better.
say that.
No, Barra, come on.
there's
Liga's
a
clearly
difference
better.
because Pedri is able to play against Real Madrid and Atletico. Vitinha
Can
plays
you name
against
me one
Marseille.
team in the relegation zone right now in La Liga?
Doesn't matter.
Le Havre.
I don't know.
Can you name one in Ligue 1?
Rayo Vallecano.
Can you name one in Ligue 1?
Oh, Le Havre.
No, but
Okay,
we're
exactly.
making
So
fun
what
of we're making fun of Liga, La Liga. It's the same thing. Other than the top 3-4 teams, they're all dog shit. Every single one.
That's so
So
cap.
90% of
you're
matches, they're
tripping.
dog shit.
You're
But play-
tripping.
play
You had,
against-
didn't you have Dembele like? He went to the 5 and you had him at the 6.
Yeah, I'm just saying I prefer Pedri this season.
So Dembele is our first player in the top 5, and now at the 4th spot, it is a Barcelona phenomenon. Let's see who it is. At just 17, Lamine Yamal has solidified his place as the main man at Barcelona, delivering promising performances in La Liga and in the Champions League. His technical skills and composure have earned him increased playing time as well as recognition and have propelled him towards the top of our rankings.
Rafinha? No.
Oh, you got me, bro. That was really good, but no, it is Lamine Yamal with an average of 4.5. So Dembele and Yamal pretty close.
Bro, Yamal is so overrated, bro.
Overrated is
Barcelona, bro.
Yamal is so overrated.
I can't believe people actually watch Yamal. Anyways, this is the brother that said you need to watch Musiala to actually appreciate what he does. But
I just got a triple rage, babe, bro.
people who
triple
watch
rage, babe.
Yamal
Crazy, you got
and
me.
think, you know what, this guy's overrated.
No,
this
no,
brother
no,
put him
no.
at 7. This guy actually watched Rodrygo and said, yeah, he's better than Yamal this season.
But Yamal is
Yes.
no.
Bro, Yamal is a
That's the worst
generational
opinion on the
talent.
channel, potentially.
Yamal is a
And there's been some
generational
bad
talent.
ones. There's
He's
been some really bad
generational,
ones.
but he gets so heavily upgraded in people's minds because he's 17.
No, I don't think so,
doesn't.
bro. It's because you're watching this guy and a 17-year-old's playing like a prime 26-year-old. The way he's playing. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yamal,
And he's not.
Yamal Dembele, the way they're playing, it's
Bro,
you could think they're
17-year-old
the same
version
age.
of Yamal is better than like
It's better than
This
Dembele.
is debatable. He's probably better than the best version we ever saw of like Iron Robin. I'm not even gonna cap. Not even
crazy?
gonna cap. Not even
Kinda
gonna
crazy?
cap.
CK, never
I
mind.
know I'm doing the Glaze 3000 on it right now.
On a 17-year-old. But that's why I had Yamal at 7 because of opinions like that, bro.
No,
That's not
What
how
he's
you
done this
judge
season?
things.
No, because these opinions are ridiculous. Bro, everyone in the world always includes his age when they're talking about him. He's doing this at this age.
Brother.
He will win a Ballon d'Or one day. I'm sure of it. But
regardless
let's give
of
it
age,
the time it
regardless of age, he's a top 3 player in the world right now.
Yes.
Yes.
takes. On what?
On
Skill,
everything.
ability,
Where'd you put him?
goals and assists.
So he's not a top 3 player.
Not top 3 player in this season, but he's a top 3 player in the world. He's better than Rafinha. I don't give a on talent, everything. He's better than Rafinha. He's
He will,
not-
talent,
he will be.
maybe.
Your Barca
Yeah.
Glazers will just look at like
No, I agree with that statement.
Boys, we are on to the podium places now. So let's see who is in the 3rd spot in our Ballon d'Or ranking. Kylian Mbappe continues to be a dominant force in world football for the Los Blancos, leading the team's scoring charts in La Liga and the Champions League. His speed and finishing abilities remain pivotal to Real Madrid's push towards a potential treble. Will he be able to pull it off?
What a revival season that he's had.
Revival.
Revival.
Revival's crazy. You're expecting
He's got like 50
the goal
goals
that
last
came from the
season.
ashes.
this season got
No, sorry, I meant
he
this
got
season.
resuscitated this season.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Mid-season.
Very rough
resuscitation.
start to the season. I'm
Yeah.
not
Like
gonna lie.
he has 31 goals and 5 assists in all comps. Crazy.
Pretty nuts.
To consider this guy a Madrid flop in the first 10 games and now he's top 3.
He's having a Dembele season on the numbers
I
side.
feel like I
He's
missed
adjusting.
one of those.
But you
Still
see,
adjusting.
Mbappe is better than Dembele. He's done it in big games. He doesn't play against Le Havre on the weekend,
and that's why
He
he's
plays
ranked.
against Deportivo de Alaves.
and that's better than Le
That's
Havre.
why he's ranked above Dembele on this list.
Good. Your logic is good.
Okay.
Not mine.
But crazy.
God.
Wait, what?
I
So
put Dembele
Varga-
3 and I put Mbappe 4.
Yep.
You put Dembele 3?
I did, bro.
This season,
Crazy rage bait.
It's not rage bait, bro.
rage baited.
It's not even rage bait.
Firm's getting rage baited every second player. It's crazy work. Crazy.
How is
crazy
Dembele
work.
better than Mbappe?
Bro, when nobody was talking about Dembele, Firms was literally giving this guy the glug 9,000.
But
now
of-
everyone
of
starts
overrated?
Talking, no, underrated. Now
No,
everyone's
Firms always called him overrated. I was the one who said
no,
Dembele.
this
was
season,
overrated.
bro.
Back.
This season.
Well, Firms, you did say.
Varvar knows I've been calling him overrated for the past 2 years.
So, Firms, as from your ranking, you believe Yamal should be higher than Mbappe.
Yes.
Bro, this
Because
is the problem with the world.
ultimately, this year we have a perfect sample of Barcelona Real Madrid games, and Yamal has been superior in
Put
that.
Lewandowski higher than Mbappe too.
Yeah.
The El Clásicos are CL finals according to
They're
Firms.
big games.
Well, they are.
Bro, okay, yes.
In La Liga, you can't face a
Mbappe
bigger
scored,
team
by
than
the
that.
way, in that El
Oh,
Clásico.
come on, bro. Did he
Yeah,
score a
Mbappe
pen?
did.
He scored a goal. He scored
Or
a
a
very
goal.
nice goal.
Cut the lead down to 46. Is that what it was?
Exactly.
From what I remember?
Anyways, bro, I think there's a bit more room for some Barca glaze and Real Madrid glaze here. Who's at number 2?
It all boils down to these two, Rafinha and Mohamed Salah. The Egyptian has solidified his status as the best player in the Premier League this season with record-breaking numbers. But a disappointing Champions League campaign has allowed room for the Brazilian Barcelona star Rafinha to swoop in for the spotlight. Deservedly so with such impressive numbers and performances for the Blaugrana this season. Does his mid-season push put him above Salah? It does.
Crazy. Bro, if Rafinha didn't have Yamal, you give Yamal to Salah, and he's genuinely scoring like 50, 60 goals this season. You would actually put like Ronaldo and Messi numbers up. But
No.
he has
They play up-
Luis Diaz on his wing and some shitters like Darwin Nunez and Jota up top. Rafinha, if he wasn't playing with Yamal, would be decent player. Nothing special.
Brother, Rafinha, what he's done for Barcelona this season, a lot of his goals are individual brilliance.
Yes. And we look back on players like David Villa and stuff like with way greater legacy than they actually were. We think that they were better players than they actually were because they just
No,
played
that's
with
crazy.
Messi.
Bro.
Like you were just lucky enough to play with
Individual
Messi.
though. Look at what Millie said. Individual. The Bayern game, the El Clásicos, every big match that Barca hasn't humiliated anyone, Rafinha has been the main cause of that humiliation.
as a coach, okay. If you're going up against Barcelona, who's your main focus?
In what sense?
I have two focuses.
Yeah.
No, I
have Yamal
disagree.
and Rafinha.
Yes.
If Yamal gets the ball, it's double up on him and try and get the ball away from him.
That's pretty crazy to literally downplay Rafinha's season basically because he plays with Yamal. Like, I find that just doesn't make any
What
sense.
I'll give
to
you,
me.
Varvar, is that Salah should have been number 1 if it wasn't for those 2 important matches. Where,
Yes.
unfortunately, Salah
Agreed.
did not put up a Ballon d'Or winning performance.
Yes.
Because Vinny, people say he got robbed of the Ballon d'Or because of games like that, where he was scoring in those important games.
Yeah, like the semifinal.
Exactly.
Last season, where he scored 2.
And that's the fine line between winning a Ballon d'Or and not winning a Ballon d'Or. And unfortunately, Salah didn't do that versus PSG. So he should not technically win the
But
Ballon
he's
d'Or.
doing record-breaking season in the Prem, which
know,
is
but-
more impressive than what
but-
Rafinha's doing.
But he had the opportunity in the Champions League.
Okay.
Just failed.
Bro, I
It really
think it's
depends
bullshit.
on, obviously we said it, on who wins the Champions League, because if Barcelona don't end up winning the Champions League, Salah has had the better stats this
No,
season.
but I don't like these like one-off like straight needs to win the Champions. If Rafinha goes to a Champions League final and continues having an insane stats
He's there.
He's there.
Yes, I agree.
The trophy, the one game doesn't change it. Salah got knocked out.
If they
in the
have
first
around the
knockout.
same stats, if they have around, come the season end, they have around the same stats, I'm giving it to Salah because Salah plays in the Premier League. Rafinha plays
Bro,
against
bro, they do.
Real
Fair.
Valladolid.
But
Brother.
if Barca go to a Champions League final,
No,
Clearly
because if
Rafinha.
it's the stats are around the same,
but
I
went to a
don't.
Champions League final.
One is the main focus, main target of his team. One is the secondary player of his team. I cannot take.
But you've also been saying that Liverpool's a better team than Barcelona. No?
Yes, but they aren't.
So,
now. Obviously, the PSG loss proved that they aren't.
So with our combined list, we believe that Rafinha should win the Ballon d'Or if the season ended now. And as always, we want to thank our patrons for the continuous support that you show us day in and day out. Boys, send them home.
Like Millie said, thank you to our patrons. Without you guys, we would not be able to do all that we do. But I think that's it. Rafinha Ballon d'Or charge. Here we go.
Let us know what you think.
Ciao.